the video starts, make sure you follow our socials in the description and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Welcome back to the Offbeat Podcast, back again this week, and I am back with a very special guest making his return. Jack Massey's in the building.
Back after a couple of years.
Mate, yeah. For the last time we had you on, it was just before Parker, wasn't it?
Just before the Parker fight, yeah.
Jesus,
yeah.
Two big paydays,
that was a fun fight.
Yeah, definitely. Stepping up to heavyweight for the first time. Yeah. And everything's been changing, both obviously for this podcast and obviously for you.
Yeah.
Dad now, aren't you?
Yeah, dad now, yeah. So that's, it's great, loving it.
But it's
hard work.
It's
hard work, but yeah, absolutely loving it, can't complain. She's dead easy, and I don't like telling this people, but she's slept through since she was about 6 weeks old. She's
6 weeks?
6 weeks old, she slept through from then.
There's people who I work with who don't even...
If I tell that people are parents are like,
yeah, but the problem is, I don't know if you can swear and do whatever you want. The problem is when you have that though, when you have a good child first.
Yeah, you usually get a little bastard off.
Yeah, and then you've got the problems coming, no sleep, and you're like, you have to go train on no sleep.
Even like people kept saying, "Oh, wait until she's teething." Like, she's got like, how many teeth did he get with the first one? She's got like 16 teeth, and she's not even bothered her. She looks like she's been in Turkey, she's got full set. Not even hard.
You're looking at what's happening here. Why are you sleeping through?
Not even bothered, yeah. But she's just started nursery. She's picking a few little things up there. It's like you tick off every week. Like, she's had this.
It's weird, though, isn't it?
She's built immunity up for that. Right? It's a different thing every week, but yeah, it's good. Can't complain.
Especially if you're like a 3-month period, but you just learn so much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's come back one day like she's picked up her finger up and I was like, oh my God's sake.
Here we go. Here comes the fun. And also, you moved gym now, aren't you? You're now with Gallagher.
Yeah, with Joe Gallagher in Moss Side, Champs Camp. So yeah, loving that, enjoying it. Been there for just over a year now. So yeah, he's a great trainer, Joe. His credentials speak for itself, and you know it's good fun learning off him, and he's Rim Magazine Trainer of the Year, and he knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff, definitely. And if we're talking about some of the fighters that are currently in camp there, Jesus Christ, you've got champions coming out left, right, and centre, and then you've got prospects looking to push as well.
That's it. Yeah. Lawrence Coley's just come over to us.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tasha Jonas, Paul Butler, myself, who got titles, and then you got the prospects, up and coming prospects. It's so you got a bit of everything. Do you know what I mean? It's people to look up to, and people are on the similar levels, and then people are sort of looking up to you, and we all bounce off each other. It's good.
Best way to be, mate. And is it a bit weird now training with a Coley? Because for quite a few years you were like, I want him. You want it. I remember you saying last time you really wanted him, and now
we've had a few back and forths. Yeah. But we were supposed to fight in, I can't remember what year it was. 2000, might have been 2019.
Around time Reactport happened
for the British title, and then I was sparring Hughie Fury, and I ruptured my bicep through right hook.
Yeah,
he's out right on his elbow there, and he popped my bicep. I had to pull out of that fight with Lawrence. But yeah, it's funny when he walked through the gym door. The first thing I said to him, I said, "Oh, we nearly made it happen, didn't we?" Because he moved up, then he moved up to Bridgerweight. But he just had a little laugh, and I think that broke the ice. And
it's all good then.
But he's a dead nice guy, to be honest. He's sound.
He's massive now.
Yeah, he's a big
He's huge.
A big lump, yeah.
He's never going to drop back down to cruiserweight, is he?
No, he struggled. Yeah, he did admit he struggled. Even he said it. I don't know how I made it, but yeah, just big frame. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at him, just his shoulders like that. But I think he'll do well at heavyweight as well. Mm-hmm. He can carry that. He can carry himself in the heavyweight division. You know, he's not small, and he's got that long reach, and you know he makes people look bad as well sometimes. And
yeah.
So yeah, hats off to him.
Oh, fair enough. And I mean, heavyweight is where the money is, isn't it? Really, think about it. Getting a heavyweight main event, that is where the money is. Especially if it's that, because heavyweight's quite a. You can work up through the stages, can't you?
Yeah.
Through sort of the prospects all the way up to the top 10. Right? Yeah. You can work your way very easily.
Yeah. Definitely.
And especially when you got the Saudi money coming, they want to see a big heavyweight lumping it.
Everyone wants to see the heavyweights, don't they? Everyone wants to see the big boys. That's where the big punches are and the knockouts. And maybe we'll look into that sort of back end of my career and look to jump up again. But get a few pies in me first.
How was he jumping to heavyweight then? Because obviously we did a bit of a preview of the fight, but I've not seen you since. And wow, that must have, he hits hard, Parker.
He hits hard, yeah. He hits hard, and I don't know if there's probably a picture on my Instagram. My face after you, I don't know if you've seen it. I look like Quagmire. It's just like your own face like it. But a lot of that was actually, he hit that hard. A lot of it was being from tucked up with a high guard.
Pushing back.
And my own hands hitting my head.
Jesus.
A lot of that, yeah. That's how hard he hits, and he's watching the replays and stuff. He catches him with some big shots as well. I think there's an uppercut in there where it's just like boom, snaps my head right back, and I watched it. I think, oh, I stood up.
Must give you a bit of confidence though, because you're not going to fight anyone in cruiserweight who's going to hit as hard as him.
No,
at all.
No, definitely not.
I mean, the one probably closest is going to be Jai, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's probably going to be the closest. But apart from that, no one's going to hit as hard as him.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah, it was a good fight, and give a bit of my own as well, and went the full distance, and good learning fight, and nice payday.
Yeah, of course. But he puts you on that pedestal as well, where people are going to be looking at you, fearing you a bit. Yeah. Because there's a lot of cruiserweights who step up to heavyweight and get knocked out.
Yeah.
Especially getting stopped, and then your
definitely.
whole career's like being looked at.
And it was great to do it in Manchester as well.
Oh, hometown gig as well.
Yeah, Pat's Out Arena. Yeah, it was amazing.
And now, I mean, you now fought a bigger place, haven't you, by going to Selhurst Park?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't think there was as many people there, but yeah, it was. That was good. I'd rather be back down up north, but but it was good first football stadium fight, but yeah, it was good.
How does it differ, sort of fighting in a Premier League stadium versus like an arena?
A lot of people said that. Can you feel the elements and the wind and stuff like that? But you don't pick up on it.
Okay.
Don't really pick up on it because you concentrate. It's like your adrenaline's rushing, and you just literally someone's in front of you trying to take your head off. You got no time to think about it. You know what I mean? Like what's the weather like outside?
What was that preparation for it? Did you find that you prepared slightly different to the Parker fight to sort of a Chamberlain fight?
Oh yeah, definitely. Similar? Yeah, definitely. So two completely different fighters, aren't they? You know, I mean, our game plan for the Parker fight was sort of get on your toes, hit a move, and don't let him track you down and trap you. And we did that for the first sort of six or seven fights, and I started pushing it back at some points, like the last few rounds, started pushing him back, But yeah, Chamberlain, obviously, I was expecting a bit more of a slicker fight, a bit more better. But yeah, totally different sort of training for those two.
And he was obviously taking it on 4 weeks' notice as well. How hard was that?
Yeah, it was and it wasn't, because I was fit. I was in the gym. I was helping Lawrence Okoli prepare.
Nice.
For his fight, for his world title fight, fighting the Polish guy. So he was doing bits of sparring. But yeah, I think more than anything, it was a bit of lack of sort of a little bit of ring rust.
Okay.
Because my last fight, my last fight was in January. Before that, but it only lasted 1 minute 50 or whatever it was. Yeah. So you're not really blowing them cobwebs off. So yeah, a little bit of inactivity showed, a little bit in mid rounds. When I've watched it back, I just switched off a couple of times mid rounds. But then picked it back up at last back end of the fight. But yeah, great fight again.
Great fight. It was good to watch as well. And thank you for winning me some money as well. I don't know why the bookies had you such high odds.
I know, yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, well, a few people won, so...
I mean, you can't complain with that, can you?
No one's offered me a drink off it.
I'll get you a bottle of water in a break.
But yeah, it was... mad odds, to be honest. But... yeah, it's a funny one. I think sort of a lot of people were in his favour. But yeah, it's. Do
you think location played a part in that? Because obviously, with him being from London, do you reckon that was what was sort of swaying the odds a little bit?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. I just don't think anyone's seeing. I think the best people have seen me as sort of the Parker fight, really.
Yeah,
that's probably the best people have seen me. I mean, the Riatpur fight. I always say I think I won that fight. It was a bit of a robbery. But you still didn't see the best of me.
2019, that as well, wasn't it?
2019, yeah. So people haven't really seen the best of me, and I still think after that fight, it's lack of inactivity, and just switching off. And yeah, camp was, we just struggled for sparring a little bit. Like sparring's like, it's massive for me. It's very important for a lot of fighters and sparring. But we were struggling. We were just struggling to get sparring. Got some people in. Some people let me down. And there was one guy, I paid him to come up for the week, and on the last spar he got out, I was like, I've got a bad back, and got out. I was like, that's all I need.
Yeah, it's a volatile.
So just little things like that. Yeah, little things like that. The camp throughout short didn't go out exactly great, but if he had a full camp for that, I think I would have probably
took him to the cleaners. Stopped him at least.
Yeah.
How much of an impact does having a trainer like Joe Gallagher do to sparring? Is he able to sort of put you in touch with loads of different camps, or is it mainly just you that sort out your opponents?
No, it's your manager and your trainer, so it's a manager who's doing a lot, but you can't do anything about it if these people let you down. Some will, let's say, they come in the next day or the next week, and then they let you down last minute. It's like, come on, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just one of those things. You've just got to. Sometimes you just got to dip in your pocket and pay these guys, but even still, that guy got out on the last spot. It's
annoying.
What can you do? Do you know what I mean?
You're waiting.
Yeah.
But also with that, I don't get why people do that, because it means it probably just won't be used again.
Yeah, true.
Because boxers will talk to each other. You got people like Gallagher, it's like the same. There's 10, 12 fighters there. You want to get in his good books, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's funny stuff. Probably thought I've been paid now.
Been paid now. Let's go.
It's my last day. It's Friday. I'm going.
I can't be asking it in the end again.
It's like when you're working, isn't it? Friday, everyone's just like, 2:00 finish. We'll go and get a chippy and get in the pub. You know what I mean? It's
just even pro boxers think like you at home as well. Every pro boxer.
I used to graph it. I know how it is.
You've got to play the game. Definitely play the game. So I want to dip more into sort of the fight with Isaac Chamberlain, because, as we were saying, it was a great performance. Even you're saying it's not your best performance.
Yeah.
Them first 6 rounds, you were all over it.
Yeah.
Do you think he sort of, not underappreciated you, but sort of took you a bit for granted, really? Because
I don't know, because I thought
he was
on his walkout. But I thought he was very nervous building up to the fight when the public workouts and the weigh-ins. You can just see it in people's eyes. I know a lot of people can see it in your eyes. It's a bit cliche, but I could just tell he was a bit not himself. You could just tell he was nervous. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I just thought, and I was probably the most confident I've been going into a fight, and I just knew I was going to beat him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he was almost a little bit beaten before the fight. There was a lot of things what went on, and he complained about our gloves, which was a bit funny because he got his team. So you have your gloves before the fight, and
you have to have one member of each team go in.
Yeah, you have the board in there, the sanctioning bodies or whatever, and they pass your gloves out, and then we have a look at his gloves. I mean, we didn't have a look at his. We were just like, yeah, whatever. And his team were looking at our gloves, but the only thing you can do is, I mean, my gloves have my little girl's name and my name on them.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is, you can't say no, he's not allowed to wear them gloves. The only thing you're allowed to do is say, well, we'll wear them gloves as well, which he'll wear. They'll be my spares, but they'll have Jack Massey and Bonnie on them.
There you go, lad.
the worst thing they could have done, they got Isaac down out of bed. This was in the hotel. Got him down from his room, and he was chilling in his room to come and check the gloves out. But I don't know why they did it.
It's stressful.
They just put it put unnecessary stress in his head. We were like that. Nice one, lads. But yeah,
especially when you got
just
a full team behind you
these
as well.
little mind things. It's just like it was a bit of a bit unprofessional on their part. But yeah, just these little things what go on. And
why was he doing that in the face-off as well? Do you know, because you were obviously just looking straight ahead, ready to get the picture taken. You were just going to go. Yeah. And he's there doing a little head taps.
Try to wind me up, wasn't he?
But, and he's like, what are you doing?
Don't worry.
No, because even from the neutrals looking in, you were a very calm, relaxed guy.
Yeah.
And you're one of the sort of nice guys.
I'll give him a little slap, boy.
I know, yeah, but you could tell it didn't affect you.
Yeah, no, it didn't wind me up.
Because you're very similar to Billam Smith like that, aren't you? You're both very calm, very relaxed. You know your job.
Yeah, that's it. Professional.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. You should just, be respectful before. I know a lot of people like to see it, sort of your casual fans like to see a bit of a character in these fighters and a bit of this and that, bit of hustle and bustle. But But yeah, there's no need for it. At the end of the day, you're going to get in there and you're doing what people are there to watch you to do, is just fight each other.
Of course, yeah.
If you fight, you should do the talking, do you know what I mean?
And that's what you need. That's exactly what you... Look at people like Usyk, who just made a career of being great.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That's all we need to do.
No bullshit.
No bullshit, he'll just go in and just not get knocked out ever.
Yeah.
He's a joke, Usyk. Yeah. And look at these belts in front of us. I'm very happy you brought the belts in. So obviously you're now a European and Commonwealth belt holder.
Yeah, buzzing.
Do you think that's going to catapult you now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll get some big fights off these. We've got a title. It's all right saying, oh, you've been in with Parker or whatever. You can surely people are expecting a big fight after that, but people don't want to fight. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So now you can sort of put yourself in a position where people have to fight. Do you know what I mean? Mandatory positions, and so that's it's going to put us in good stead for some big fights. So we'll see what's next.
Especially in the cruiserweight division, you're looking at fighters upon fighters upon fighters ready to go.
Yeah, it's booming. It's booming at the minute. It's it's exciting to see. Because cruiserweight's always been sort of like, it's not really been that exciting. The fights are exciting because they're just like small heavyweights.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They carry that power. You see a lot of knockouts, for people that like to see that sort of thing. And it's sort of been like under the radar a little bit. But yeah, you've got some good, especially domestic as well, some good fighters in the division. So
if you're looking at it, you've got Billam Smith, you've got Riakporhe, you've even got people like Vidal Riley coming up. You've obviously got Chamberlain yourself, like. There's talent all over the UK.
That's it, yeah.
Talent everywhere.
It's just about making the fights happen.
Exactly, that's the problem, isn't it? When you're all signed with different promoters, you're doing this. Do you think it sort of helps with Billam Smith being on the same promoter as you? Obviously, because you're both under boxer, aren't you?
Sometimes, but the only problem is it's the McGuigans who's
run the show. Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them, but that's a fight we want, definitely. Always wanted that from turning over. We've wanted that, he turned over just after me, and I'd love that fight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you've got experience against him, haven't you? Beating him in amateurs.
Yeah, but when they say styles makes fights, that's a fight will make a good fight. Do you know what I mean? There's no awkwardness from us both. There's no holding. There's no. Do you know what I mean?
And there's respect between the two of you as well, so he's not going to be none of this pushing and shoving.
That's it, it'll all be done in the ring, won't it?
Yeah.
All done in the ring, and then it's,
Would you go down to him, though? Would you go down to Bournemouth?
Go anywhere.
Fight anywhere. You can backyard it. Fight here. Do you reckon we can fit a ring in here?
Yeah.
Watch you through the windows.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. I quite like fighting in other people's backyards. It gets proper, I mean, I'd love to do it local, but I quite like it. People, it was like Riakporhe, especially the York Hall as well. Like York Hall's just like a proper.
It's on top of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on top of you, and obviously a lot of people were there for him, and it was just like you just smirking to yourself walking to the ring like you just wait sort of thing.
Yeah. What sort of spurs you on then?
Didn't get the decision, but I don't know. It's sort of like. I think it's the idea of just shutting them all up. Do you know what I mean?
Nice, okay.
Yeah. It's funny. It's a funny thing, but
a bit like a Rocky mentality, though, being the underdog. You kind of want to go out there.
Yeah, kind of. I always was sort of the underdog as well in the amateurs. I was always when I boxed for Buxton ABC. No one had heard of Buxton. It was all like these southern gyms, and it was like someone else's boots out the locker, some old ragtag shorts, and just getting in there, and people didn't know who you were. Boxing's a very it's a very small circuit, and everyone sort of knows each other. And who's this lad from Buxton? He's like, I doubt he's great. And then he gets in there and he beats the number one. There's a guy called Sam Smith. He won it every year before me, like the ABAs and the CYPs and the nationals, and he was like a proper flash traveller. He had the gold shorts, the gold boots, the hair slicked back and all that. And he got in there. I think I ended up meeting him. He was sick of me. Met him 4 times, beat him in the ABAs twice, and at CYPs twice, and then I boxed him in the Tri-Nations, won the gold in that in Scotland.
And he's just there
up in Edinburgh. I think he was just sick of me. I think he was like, I might as well retire.
So when did you fight Billam Smith? Was it early 2010s?
It was 2013.
13.
So it was my last amateur fight before I turned over professional. Yeah, ABA finals. Yeah,
Mad dying it.
yeah,
Thinking about it.
yeah. I totally forgot Sky filmed it. Was when I was there last week. This week at Barnsley. Sorry, last week. There was a guy saying, "Oh, I was doing the commentary for it." I was like, "Oh, was you?" I totally forgot they was there. But yeah, it's good memories.
It's a big fight line coming as well because
Yeah,
you've got to push it because he holds is it 2 belts.
he's got a WBO.
WBO. Yeah, that's the one you want.
Yeah.
WBO's the one where you're like, come on.
Yeah, domestically as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That's them domestic fights. That's what people want to see.
Yeah, and
That's what I like. Like I grew up sort of through the era of it was like Froch and Groves. You know.
Same with me. That's my favourite. If we talk about eras of boxing, I think that's my favourite just because I lived through it.
Yeah, them domestic fights.
Living around.
Yeah. So it was those big domestic fights, but that's what gets me up for it.
Same for me. What I love.
It's like everyone in the pubs watching. Do you know what I mean? And people got. It's like the last fight. A lot of people couldn't get to London. And it was like, oh, we've got people around, we're having a takeaway and a few beers, we're watching it, or we watched the local pubs, got it on, and got sent videos in the pubs, like pubs packed out, people watching it, proper sends goosebumps up you.
Gets you going, definitely.
Yeah, I love it.
I know we were discussing as well about the cruiserweight division. Quite a big rumour happened today as well.
Yeah.
With Vidal Riley and
Chamberlain.
What do you think about that fight?
Got sent that today. Yeah, that's an interesting fight. Because I think I said to him after, Chamberlain. I mean, he didn't speak much after that.
Disappointing, yeah.
I said, there's always there's big fights back down at British level and English level. You've had a bit of beef with Vidal and these Chev Clarks. There's big fights to be made with them guys, and it looks like it's happening. So yeah, fair play. Still big fights there, but I think that beef's drawn everyone into that, and it's been like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And especially because, do you think like Vidal's social media sort of presence as well is helping push it as well?
Yeah, definitely. It does help, doesn't it? It does help nowadays. That's why I've got a guy helping me out.
You got to, mate. It's one of them, like. Even just a little thing like doing like vlogs on your fight days.
Yeah.
Do you know a simple thing like that? Or just having someone follow you around, seeing a bit behind the scenes of the fight camp. And stuff. It just
I'm
works.
terrible at it, mate. It's terrible.
It's hard doing,
It's terrible.
Like, I am terrible with social media, which is so ironic.
I still have a flip phone now for my missus didn't tell me to get an iPhone.
Walk around a Motorola. It's so hard though.
Yeah.
Like, I hate.
I just don't
posting.
like. The only thing I don't like getting drawn into is like I can't stand like influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to come across as like an influencer. Do you know what I mean?
Or just not yourself.
Follow influencers in the wild. Have you ever seen it? You just got all them weirdos like on the beach and not doing like TikTok dances or that.
It's just
don't want to be known as an influence boxer. Like,
is that not what we're going to see? We're not going to see
that, mate. No.
Oh, come on.
Doing TikToks and that.
Be entertaining now. Look at people like Ben Whittaker. I mean,
I know, yeah, he smashes it, doesn't he?
I mean, he sells tickets, man. The most likeable fighter in the world, but he sells tickets.
Well, they're the best at it, aren't they? Like, they're the sort of guys like your Floyd Mayweather's. Everyone wants to tune in to watch you get beaten. The other half wants to tune in to watch you win. So it's like you've got fans from both sides. You know what I mean? That's why Mayweather was so successful.
Yeah, because
so many people like just want to tune in to watch him get beat, and then he had his fans as well. So it's like he's got everyone.
It's the best way to be, I suppose. But
so
if you're not like that,
might stop being a knobhead.
But you're not. That's a problem. You're not a knobhead. So that's where you've got to sort of struggle out. But you need getting a social media guy in just to help you do a couple sort of clips, videos, whatever.
He is good, to be honest.
Just helps massively.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you just stuck in trouble, aren't you?
That's it. Yeah.
Especially when because one at the moment I'm looking at is in the UFC world. I watched Paddy the Baddy's vlog. It's on over 1 million views.
Really, yeah.
He's probably got, he's on over 1 million views, and he's obviously earning money off that.
Yeah.
But imagine if only 75% of them have seen him before. You're getting 25% new viewers who never.
Yeah.
And they see him behind the scenes.
It's all in that nowadays, isn't it? It's not just like we were saying before, getting in the ring and doing
talking
with your hands. It is a massive plays a massive part. But yeah.
Especially if you're getting a bit of big fight coming, because obviously you try, just seeing it's like a behind the scenes of like the guys.
Well, it used to be years ago, didn't it? It used to be the what was it called, 24/7.
Yeah.
Before big fights, and that'd show you all like the background scenes. I used to love watching that, but now they don't really do it, do they?
No, I mean I love watching anything to do with like behind the scenes from any sort of sport background, really.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at the football world and like what the Amazon Prime has sort of done to that.
Yeah.
See everything.
Yeah.
And what works in your favour is come out 10 boxers who will A, want to get on camera.
Yeah.
And B, like their fans can become your fans, can't they?
That's it, yeah.
And then you can just bully Billy Denise. Like you were saying before, you just rib him for half hour and get paid for it.
Out, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Start a podcast.
Mate, it's I've watched Crawler do a few, and
have you?
Yeah, and I've filmed with Will since then. But I've watched.
Yeah,
Andrew.
I listened to you on Will. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Ant as well, because he's obviously moving.
Is he doing his own? Is he?
So it's with this other guy. I think the partnership's in it.
Right.
I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure they're like partners in it.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of media, because Ant now does a load of stuff with Sky and BT and all sorts.
Yeah,
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
And obviously you got like Tasha moving into that world as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the thing to go into, doesn't it? It's like travelling to the gym in the morning. To the gym in the mornings. They have a podcast on every day. Do you know what I mean? So it's usually Joe Rogan.
I am not on the level of Rogan. Let's be clear here. You can't even.
He's the leading one, isn't he?
He's been the leading one for the last 10 years. He's a joke. Absolute joke.
Yeah, but I think he hit it like
perfect timing, didn't he? And also, he just gets all the big American guests anywhere. Everyone wants to be on Rogan nowadays.
Yeah.
No one wants to be on Offbeat.
Just listen to Rampage. He was last week, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good listening to that. Obviously, spending a few weeks at his house a few years ago.
Do you watch a lot of like boxing content? Because Sky put out a lot, and I know they do podcasts as well. Do you ever sort of take in any of the sort of media stuff?
No, not too much. Yeah, not too much. I'm a bit weird. I only watch. I call myself a bit of casual. I only watch big fights.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, obviously I ain't got much time anymore because of the little one, but just watch the big fights really. Yeah, but it's funny really, and it's like you think I watch all the boxing, and it's a funny one.
You see that in a lot of sports though. Like there's a lot of footballers who hate football. They play it because they're good at it.
It's like I don't watch much. I don't really watch any. I love doing sport, but I just can't watch it. A lot of it.
So what do you do in your spare time, man? What do you sort of find yourself watching?
Films. I love my films.
Oh, are you a film guy?
Yeah, proper film guy. Yeah.
So I'm a series over a film guy. I love a good TV series.
No, with series, I'll just fizzle out. So I'll get to a certain stage and I'll be like, every series I've watched, I've probably not finished them.
Really?
Yeah, never finished. It's like attention spans out the window. But they drag them out though, don't they? It's like, you can't, like a lot of these seasons where there's 12 series or whatever. You could do it in 6.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They just drag it out. I think the worst one was Walking Dead. I was like, fuck it.
I didn't watch Walking Dead just
because I joined it late.
And
I was just like, it's just the same shit. Like, you end up in another camp, and then you end up in a prison, and you end up in
where are you going here?
Shite. I finished Game of... 2 ones I finished was Game of Thrones. And I didn't watch that till probably 2-3 years ago. I'm not one for peer pressure, you know.
I'm cross that I ain't watching it.
I do alright, you know. I don't get pressured into stuff. And then Sopranos, I watched that years ago. I watched all them. I wouldn't mind rewatching that actually. But I watched that when it was on video.
Video?
No, was it DVD? No, DVD. Yeah, DVD.
Oh, I mean, nowadays, do you even know a DVD player anymore? I don't.
No.
I own a Fire Stick and that's it.
I know, yeah. Dodgy one as well. No, don't really Sky, don't.
We love you, Sky. If you ever want to get me a job in there,
I'll pay for Sky as well.
So what sort of, like, say if I gave you 3 films to recommend to people, like what sort of, are you an action man? Are you a rom-com?
I like a bit of everything. What's favourite films? Inglourious Bastards, that's one of my favourite films.
Top film.
One of my favourite films.
I remember when I first watched that, I read the title and I was like, "This is going to be shit." And then the first scene, when they go into,
love it.
When they go into the actual, and start shooting. It's class.
It's meant. I love the scene where they introduce everyone like Hugo Stiglitz.
Yes,
it's like the bear Jew and all.
Yeah, get him out with a baseball bat.
Yeah, it's class film. Yeah, some good actors in that. Django's a good one as well.
Yeah.
Gangs of New York, that's one of my favourites.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, what a film. Amazing. Yeah, brilliant film. Got to say Goodfellas.
I get a lot of shit at work about films because I work in sales. Never seen Wolf of Wall Street.
You're not seeing it?
No, and every time I walk it, I mean, I feel like I've seen it via intermittently, like clips and stuff.
Yeah, it is good.
But I walk in, my manager said one for it, and he's like, "How can you work in sales and not watch the one sales film there is?"
It's well made. It is really well made. But she started a podcast actually. Well, I think they both got podcasts. The Duchess, who's in it, I think she's doing a podcast now. I can't remember whose podcast she went on. She went on someone's. Just seen a clip of it, and yeah, she's got into podcasting.
You see him pop up everywhere now, don't you? Especially in the celebrity world. It's
an
easy way to get people to listen to you.
Yeah, that's a good film. That is really well made. But yeah, I don't know how much of it's true. I think a lot of it is. I think a lot of it, what they don't show it. I think what in the real story is pretty bad.
Yeah. You see,
I listened to whose podcast I listened to him on, and he was telling the story. I won't say it on your podcast, but it's like.
Or John Belfort?
Yeah, it's probably it's a bad one. Like when it's going on about it, I think he's on about it in a hotel room. And they're all lining up, doing something. If people listen to it, I know what I mean. It's like wow, that's bad. But yeah,
can't put that in Hollywood, can you? Can't get Leo DiCaprio to put a line on the table. Go on, Leo.
No, I mean lining up like for a bird, like all in like a fucking line, and then the last one does something. But I'm not going into detail.
Yes, but they're the podcasts you want to listen to, aren't they? I want to see the real you.
Mad shit, but yeah, after that film came out, I swear everyone thought he was out of that in that film. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we'll have a quick break, and then we've had a few viewer questions come in, so we'll answer them.
Yeah.
And then part two, we don't really.
Sounds good.
Plan anything out. We'll have a chat.
No dodgy ones.
There was one question I thought. I don't know if I'll ask that, but we'll see when we get to it. See you in part two. Part two, and we are back. Wanted to start off on a few sort of listener questions that came in for you.
Yeah.
One of them was asking about sort of boxing as you were growing up, and you alluded to it a little bit in the first part. So, you started off at Buxton?
Started off Buxton ABC, yeah. I went up there. My brother started first. Well, my dad used to box there when he was younger. And my brother started before me, probably about a few months before me, and I was like, I want to go. Well, my brother was like, fuck off. You're not coming, but yeah, in the end, I was about 11 years old. I think I had my first amateur bout when I was about 12.
Mm-hmm.
About 12. But yeah, I started off there at Buxton ABC, and then I moved to Northside ABC in Clayton, in Manchester.
Yeah.
And with Buxton, I think I won the junior ABAs 3 times, and the CYPs, and then I think I did most of my senior ABAs at Northside ABC. But yeah, it's 50.
Is Northside still open? Because I walked past it.
It's not. It's recently shut. Unfortunately.
I was going to say, because whenever I walk past Northside to get to the pub for City.
Oh right, yeah.
It just looks like it's abandoned now.
Yeah,
and I'm like, sure we're not training there.
I think only in the past sort of couple of months. I think. Yeah. Joe Pennington, who used to have it. I think he's retired now. He's done a shift. So fair play to him. But yeah, it's a shame really, because it was
some good fighters coming out of the gym.
Yeah, amazing place. And back in the day, they had some of the amateurs what you had in there. It was booming. Some of the lads were on GB. You had some of the professional lads. Craig Watson, he was probably the biggest pro in there when I was in there. He won the British. But yeah, great gym.
So what was like the spur that got you to go pro?
I think I just always wanted to turn pro. I had trials for the GB squad. Didn't quite make it. I think they picked someone else, and then.
So was this for the 14 Commonwealth Games? Or was it for 2012?
Before that, I think it was 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been 2012, and then.
Shit, that was the year we went to Joshua, wasn't it?
Yeah, I won the ABAs 2013.
Yeah.
When I beat Chris Billam Smith. And I just wanted to turn over after that. I had it set in my mind. And then I got a letter through the door. It was like literally on the day or the day after I signed the contract with my promoter at the time, who had turned over, Steve Wood. Mm-hmm. And I got a letter saying, will you do more trials for the GB? And I thought, it was 2013, so it would have been 12. It would have been, 3 years, nearly 4 years till the next Olympics.
Rio,
2 years for the Commonwealth. So it was like do a wait around and then get dropped and then miss out or whatever. So yeah, just had it in my head. And I think my style was more suited to the pros anyway.
Of course, yeah.
And yeah, just wanted to get into the professional round. So that's what always excited me. And
it's hard though, isn't it, with amateurs? Because you're probably having harder fights, not getting paid for it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the problem. It's getting punched in the face and not getting paid. It seems a bit daft to me.
What's happening here, lad? What's happening here? Especially like Billam Smith now, he's top dog.
Yeah.
And you fought him for no money.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how the world works. That's why if anyone tries to start anything in the pub, I'm like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, come on, hey, give me your wallet first, and then we'll talk. I want to sign this contract, and then we'll go from there. Just going around boxing in the beer garden, getting people sign their life away.
Never fight out the ring.
Yeah, I mean you can't. Cameras nowadays.
That's it. But yeah, great amateur days. Some great memories. Met some great people, and just wanted to turn over professional. That was always sort of give me that buzz,
that push.
Yeah,
that's what you need. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And there was another question that came in. Who was dream fight and dream opponent? Now, I know your dream opponent's going to be pretty obvious at the moment.
Yeah.
Where's that venue? Do you reckon is in your head? So because you wanted to be in the UK, don't you?
Yeah.
What is the one venue, you could choose any in the UK, where would you want that fight to happen?
Probably Old Trafford, local.
Nice.
And it's probably the biggest one.
As in cricket ground or football ground?
Probably football ground. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Has there ever been boxing there?
I don't think so.
I know Tyson Fury wanted to do it, didn't he? But I don't think there has. But yeah, that would...
They don't have gigs either.
Do they not know?
No, it's cricket ground that always has the gigs.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I
wonder why they don't have it, because Etihad has a lot of sort of gigs in there. I mean, they're not anymore because it's a co-op.
Yeah, I've been to a few. Yeah, that looks like a good one, and I think that's been talked about. That's going to be used for boxer shows. Well,
I think Catrol's been announced he's fighting on there.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just been pushed back.
He's pushed back, yeah.
Injured.
Pushed on the 24th, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pushed back. Oh, so it's been talked about there, is it?
Yeah, I think it's happening there. And so I went to a gig there a couple of months ago.
And it's 2 days after my wedding.
No. Get on that. Mate, it's loud in there.
Yeah.
I was on standing and I looked up and it's fucking huge.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
You walk in from a standing bit and like it's like a stadium concourse.
Right.
If I was to describe it, it's dead high. There's escalators. How many escalators are in an arena? And then there's just food places everywhere, beer everywhere, and I think it's like 25k capacity.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
So,
that's good. What's the MN? 15?
Yeah, about 15 just over 15.
Yeah, that's good then. It's exciting.
It's very. I mean, UFC have just sold it out.
Still £8 a pint though.
Oh mate, I think it's more.
I'll check that out.
I think it's like £9.50 a pint. You're like,
is it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's expensive.
The problem is they've got you, haven't they? Because they've trapped you in there, and you can't go out and bring drinks in. Do you know what
are you gonna do?
So they got you.
Yeah.
They got you. So they know that, and that's why they put the prices. And it's shite beer as well. When you go to a gig, it's always shite beer in a plastic cup. It's like, it's a shame, really.
And we still pay it every time.
I know.
We still pay it every time.
Yeah.
They've got
just have to pre-drink like
when you're 18.
Like teenage girls, like
get a bottle of vodka walking down the canal.
Yeah.
So you're saying Old Trafford?
I'm saying Old Trafford, yeah. I call myself a Red as well. I'm not the biggest of football fans, but I call myself a Red. But yeah, Old Trafford, that's probably like the biggest around our.
That's what you want,
area. Yeah.
It's, the football
Not
crowd.
the biggest, but you got to but
Yeah. But the football crowd is one that's synonymous in it with boxing as well. I remember I had the Raffertys on, and they've just been sort of getting
Funny,
in with them.
aren't
They are. When I have people on it, I always judge guests.
Well, they used to be at Northside when I was.
Oh, right, so you train with them.
Yeah.
I always judge guests based on how they are before we start filming,
Yeah.
and how they are after. And Jesus Christ, I had a laugh
changed.
with them too. Like, especially
The same on and off.
you got Jack, who's the older one, quite more composed, and Tom was just like a little kid who giggling his head off, having a top time,
buzzing off it. I did listen to that one actually. Yeah, funny guys.
They're good lads.
Dad's a top man as well. Yeah. But yeah, it's good fighters as well.
Good fighters.
Really well,
I mean, Jack's just. He fought at the Olympia, I think, last fight, and he won. He won well.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they're doing well.
There's boxing nails as well, which is kind of what you want. So, at the moment, you're currently sort of with Boxer and obviously with that Sky Sports. How is it like working with a big promoter like Ben Shalom? Like how does it do you get to see him a lot? Or?
Yeah, no, I see him a lot, Ben. It's quite easy, really. It's quite relaxed. Mm-hmm. Just like, I mean, your manager does most of the...
Are you with Marie?
Kevin Marie,
yeah.
So he does most of the talking when the fights are getting made, and he'll communicate with them, to get things made and over the line. And obviously come back to me and talk to me and put things by me. But yeah, Ben's dead sound guy, just dead easy going, laid back guy, to be honest.
You want a laid back guy, don't you?
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah. So sometimes he'll say, "Oh, what about this? What about that?" And he's he can make it happen.
Yeah, and I mean, Kevin's been a bit busy recently, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, obviously just had the Barnsley fight.
Yeah. So the girl, I can't remember her name now. He had a girl on it.
Mm-hmm. She was on quite early, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Billy and then
Billy and then Callum Simpson. Yeah, I knew Callum would beat him. He did really well.
Yeah, I think he was kind of written on the cards. But don't get me wrong, like Zach's a good fighter.
Yeah,
he's a tough guy.
Yeah, he is.
Callum had that power, didn't he? I mean, he rocked him in round 1, I think.
Yeah. He's
Jesus Christ.
He'll go for Callum. I like him. Nice guy as well.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's nice in and out of the ring. Carries himself well, proper professional, and he's a good guy.
Do you see the other guys a lot? Because obviously you sign with the same manager, but you obviously done training in the same gym. Do you sort of see them a lot?
I see, some of them. I know Callum quite well because he used to come over to our other gym quite a lot sparring.
Yeah,
he'd be sparring Billy or whoever, sometimes Charlie. So sort of know him from that. Coming in our gym. But some of them not really met. Don't know them that well. But yeah, Callum's sort of knowing through that really. But yeah, he's sound. Give him a bit of shit as well for wearing sunglasses inside. You never used to wear sunglasses inside, mate. He's like, you got to play the part.
Sky Sports money, baby. Hey, get that contract.
Like, you changed, mate.
Do you think he's going to push towards world level then? Because for me, I think he's got it all.
Yeah, I think he's still learning on the job as well, isn't he? He's I think a little bit more experience first, and then he'll push on for that, definitely. I mean, how many fights? What's he had? Probably had about 15, has he?
Yeah,
maybe more.
Between 10 and 15, I think he's.
Yeah, so you want to at least get 20 odd, 20 to 20 odd before you start pushing for world level. So, but he'll do it. Yeah.
Hard guys. Well, I mean, we've talked about Billy a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
Who's someone you know very well just from training, and he had his first sort of big fight, do you want to call it?
Keeps ignoring don't he? Why is he not coming on there?
Oh, mate, he's a busy guy. To be fair, Billy is the one guy who doesn't ever ignore me.
Right.
He's always got a reason, which is... there's a lot of people who have tried getting on here.
He's in McDonald's instead.
He does a lot of his club nights, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But to be fair to Billy, he's never ignored me, where I've had some people where...
It's because he doesn't drive as well, so it'll probably be
harder.
Getting up here. He's not the sort of guy who'll get a bus either. Gets the Ubers everywhere. I'm like, mate, when I used to live in Chapel and travel down to Denton, mate, I used to have to get a bus and then a train. But it'd be like when I got it, it was like the bus got there like 5 minutes before the train had set off. Do you know what I mean? I was like, if the bus was late, I was missing out.
You're knackered, yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I used to have to get a bus to Stockport or a train to Stockport and then a bus to Denton.
See, this is it. You don't see that, do you?
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, a lot easier now. Where I'm in Marple now, so it's I drive now and it's a lot easier. It only takes me half an hour to.
It's what you want.
To Moss Side, Champs Camp, yeah. So. Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah. What do you think's sort of going to be the next steps for Billy then? Do you think he's going to... You've got to be looking at English in the next sort of, 5 fights?
Yeah, like I say, he's he's still learning on the job.
Yeah.
Even though he's done well in the kickboxing, it's it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
A lot of learning to do, but he's doing well. He's listening to Joe, and he did really well in that last fight. And he'll keep getting better and better and better, and then he'll be on the doorstep for these title fights.
Definitely, his ring gear is smart as well.
It's about getting that because he's sort of been on the small shows. It's about a lot of people don't realise you need that experience on these big shows as well, where you are on these Sky shows and in front of these big crowds. Because some people, Billy's sort of the kind of person what can get a little bit carried away sometimes and start throwing big shots, trying to knock someone out because there's a big crowd there. But he didn't in this fight. He was listening to Joe. But some people, they get a bit carried away, or they can be the other way. The nerves.
Go in the shell, yeah,
the
definitely.
Nerves will hit them, and in front of these TV shows, big crowds, the nerves will hit them, and they won't perform. I've seen it a lot. I've seen loads of guys over the years who they could have been world champions in the gym sparring, honestly, and then they get to a fight and for some reason just goes. It's funny, yeah. It just gets some people, but it's nerving. It is nerving, but sometimes people deal with it
differently, don't they? How do you what's your process of sort of dealing with the big crowds?
It's a bit funny, really, but I think it's a right way of looking at it. It's a bit of fuck it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm already here.
Yeah,
I'm at me now.
Yeah, I realised that someone told me about. I was telling someone about it. He said, there's a book on that. It's like it's called like Fuck It Off. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, it makes sense.
You're gonna get in there. You're gonna have a fight. Hopefully you're not gonna get killed, but. But do you know what I mean? Like you've trained for a fight. You're fully prepared. You turn every stone over. And you're ready for it. What's the worst coming? You're prepared. So
mentality game, isn't it, boxing?
Go time, yeah.
Yeah.
And when that bell goes, the nerves go out the window anyway. So it's but it is nerving. You get nervous, but you just got to realise that them nerves are there to keep you aware.
It's a good thing.
To make you more alert and make you more sharp and move out the way of shots faster, and just be more prepared. And obviously the adrenaline comes with that as well, which you don't feel the pain as much, and you just got to know what it's there for.
When it comes to nerve, someone once told me that if you're not nervous and you don't care, I was like,
if any boxer says they don't get nervous for a fight, they're lying.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, they're lying. It's not possible.
Especially when you're preparing in camp as well. You've got massive 6 foot two blokes in opposite you trying to kill. You're like, you've got to be a little bit nervous, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, people get nervous with different things. Some people get nervous because I don't know if they've been knocked out in the past, or they've got a bad chin, or they're carrying an injury, or they might be nervous about the crowd, or they might be nervous about losing, or a lot of common ones about people gassing out in a fight. Getting nervous because if they gas out, what if they gas out and get tired? And they can't carry on. But that's a big one. But everyone sort of goes through that, and you just gotta fuck it.
Yeah, it's the best way to be, because you never know what's going to happen.
No.
Especially, I need to do it with some more people, guess the message.
That's a big thing in life as well. You fathom these things up in your head, don't you? They're never as bad as when it comes. It's never as bad as it seems. And
you might as well, because what's the worst someone's going to tell you no, or someone's going to...
Yeah, that's it.
Get back up and go again, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you think that sort of helped you after the React 4 sort of fight? Because obviously that was a big disappointment with a result not going your way as well. Do you think that sort of helped being like, I'm going to come back and get my shot again?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, definitely, a little bit. It's, even though it sort of puts that in the back of your mind, it did in this fight a little bit, that sometimes you can do enough to win, but sometimes them judges can take it away from you. And I was sort of like, it was in my back of my mind with the chair. I was like, I'm down south. I'm in his backyard.
He's up and coming. He's a superstar.
Yeah, but I think. Yeah, I don't know which one I am.
It was quite a similar case with Selhurst Park as well, because looking at Chamberlain, looking at Reactport, that is a Sky Sports dream in it. Whereas you've obviously turned him over, and then Billam Smith's turned him over as well. I met Sky like, oh yeah, Selhurst Park booked again here. What's happening here?
Yeah, it's funny how they have. I think it's boxers, they buy into some people sometimes and. A little bit gimmicky, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you take the fight again?
And it's like, it's going back to, it doesn't matter how many followers you've got or what your gimmick is, and people follow you because you're a TikTok star or whatever. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the fighting.
Yeah.
And it's, if you can do it in the ring, you can do it in the ring. That's the most important thing. Some people get too carried away of how many followers he's got or how famous he is on Instagram and what have you, but it all comes down to fighting in the end, because that's what you're there to do, and that's what you're doing.
That's what you pay for, yeah.
That's what you're doing. So, I think a big one. I mean, I love the guy. He was over sparring Coley for his fight. His Babbage. Everyone bought into him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone bought into him, and he was this, his next big thing, and he bit of a gimmick, beard, big voice, and liked to shout, and always good fun at the weigh-ins. But at the end of the day, it's the fighting.
Results, it's a results business, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if you got offered Reactport? Say the next fight, they're like, right, obviously Reactport's just come off a loss.
Yeah.
You obviously just come off a big win.
Yeah.
Number 2 fight, would you take it?
I'd take it, yeah. Definitely.
Where would you... Too big for your call, wouldn't it? You're looking at an arena fight, wouldn't you?
Co-op-arena.
Be a fun fight, that as well.
Yeah.
Get the talks going, because if you beat Reactport, Billam Smith can't turn you down.
Yeah.
Unless he obviously goes for Jai, then fair enough. But then you can fight the winner of that.
Over to the States, yeah. So we'll see.
We'll see. Saudi boys, I know you're probably not listening, but if you are listening, get it going. Let's get that money on the table. Let's get these big boys.
Change boxing, isn't it?
Massively change. Yeah. What do you think?
It's funny what money can do.
Yeah, because I was talking about this. One of the lads who I work with, he was a good amateur boxer actually.
Right.
And he's really into his boxing. He knows boxing a hell of a lot better than me, massively. And he was talking about sort of like what DAZN has done for the sport and what obviously Eddie Hearn has done, because some of the fights that have happened in the last 10 years would have never sort of got that without that big time money.
No.
How do you think sort of DAZN has changed the sport really?
It's changed it massively, but it's mostly the Saudi guys pumping money into. It's like Frank Warren and Hearns and Warrens are arch enemies for years, but all of a sudden they're
done a car together.
It's pals, you know.
Yeah.
Flying planes, private jets together and everything. Yeah. So it's at the end of the day, it's money, but that's what's making these big fights happen. It's because people they can't turn the money down.
Yeah.
Not to do it. It's making these big fights happen. And not just, it's like, usually you'd have a big 50-50 fight as the headliner, and then you get sort of these fights on the undercard. These Saudi cards, it's like every single fight.
50-50, isn't it?
It's a 50-50 big fight, do you know what I mean? And people, it's great because, a lot of, especially if like you're common boxing fan, people used to tune in only for the big fights and not watch the undercard and watch these up-and-coming lads. But now, it's sort of like people are tuning in to watch it from the start because they're all big fights.
Which is
that's what you want, innit? Yeah, definitely.
And what I love at the moment, I've said it a couple of times, I love what Frank Warren's doing with 7 title fights in one night in the British, trying to build that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Yeah, boxing, it has changed massively in the past year or so. But yeah.
Especially you've got someone like Nathan Heaney who can sell 2.5k tickets when he's a British title fight. And you're like,
it's crazy.
How have you done that?
Yeah, mad. You know, some of these guys, they get that football backing, don't they?
Yeah.
They get that football backing and...
Whole time, hey, get boxing involved. They've just gone full time, get boxing involved. Get the 2k attendance again.
Do you know what? I don't want to do it because it's like I say, I'm not the biggest of football fans. I'll go and watch sometime. I'll go and watch United sometime. My best pal, who's my best fan ever had, and he's a massive Red. I've been to Old Trafford with him a few times and watched it. And sometimes I go and watch County because I'm in Marple now, and a couple of lads there in Davenport, and they go and watch, and I'll just go for something
It's
to do.
good.
You know?
I go County sometimes.
It's
I
good,
like
but
it.
I don't want to be an Ebony Bridges. You know what I mean? Jump on the wagon and say, I'm a Leeds fan, just to try and to try and get the fans. It's a bit cheesy, isn't it? It's like, but everyone gets onto it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're not fucking. But so obviously, like. I think he's obviously.
Oh, he's Stoke born.
He's a genuine Stoke fan, and you got Callum Simpson with Thingy. So it's I don't be one of them people that.
But if you are a United fan,
and
but if you are a United fan and you want to get behind the fighter, Jack Massey is in the building. Mate, massive thanks for coming down again.
No problem, mate.
Great laugh.
No problem. No thanks.
Shout
for having
out
me.
your socials again.
Yeah, can't remember. Yeah,
Where's the handles?
I'm in Instagram, Twitter, and all that. But
yeah.
I think it's Jack Massey boxing and all that.
Yeah, what
Jack
we'll
Massey
do
one.
I'm going to pop them on the screen as well now for you.
Sounds
Make sure you
good.
do go and check Jack out as well. Check out Gallagher's Gym as well. Plenty of fighters coming out of there.
Yeah, there is. It's it's a booming gym.
It's a booming gym, definitely. And if you are new around here, please do subscribe. It really does help me get a guest like Jack on here. And also make sure you do like, comment, and let me know how you found this episode. If you're on Spotify, 5-star review, please. That really does help. Don't have many Spotify, to be honest with you. I only push YouTube because I want people to see our faces.
Yeah.
It's like we were saying, we want people to get to know us.
It's better, isn't it? It's better.
What you want. But mate, massive thanks for coming down.
No problem, mate. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Cheers.
Cheers.